Elizabeth. How you doing? Thanks so much for submitting your work. Let's start out with your written paragraph here, or your written rationale. You do a good job starting to set up the foundation for the project, but you start to talk about your materials, and this is the only area in the entire presentation where you even mention materials, and I think that's a critical error, because this is a project that is just as important to show that you understand how to design using sustainable materials as it is a design project. And I described that a couple of times, 2 or 3 times during the first 2 weeks of the course, saying that showing sustainability is every bit as important as showing good design. I don't think you're showing sustainability here, Elizabeth. I really don't, because you're just saying a couple of things. The booths have 2 tables made out of recycled barn wood. The poster board has information on the back. It's made out of recycled paper with non-toxic paint used for the writing. Are you saying, I mean, you don't use paint to print, you use ink, and paint is indicating that it's hand done. So can you see where that might be a little bit confusing based on you're saying that's paint? So paint, remember, just always remember, paint indicates that it was done by hand, because the printing process doesn't use paints, it uses inks. And that's a really, really critical distinction to make. So you talk about recycled paper with non-toxic, let's just say inks. Okay, and that's great. That's a good start. And then you just say that the handout is made with 100% recycled pulp paper with soy-based ink. But you're not pointing to any kind of research. Okay, so one of the most important things you can do here is tell us how the materials you have picked are the most sustainable for this project and the most responsible choice of materials. So I would like you to develop your materials a little bit more. Give us more detail than just saying recycled paper. Because as we know now, after studying sustainability for 6 weeks, recycled paper doesn't mean anything without backing it up and telling us what kind of recycled paper it is. For example, there's things called, 100% post-consumer, recycled, non-bleached, non-virgin fiber paper. That would be a good description of recycled paper, not just saying it's recycled paper. Do you see what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. Let's show you an example in a second. So your booth, it's much better. It looks much better. Good sketches, good. The booth looks much, much better. One thing I would recommend on your table here, put your collateral giveaway pieces instead of those notebooks, so that, people can pick those up, and also give your informational collateral and your giveaway pieces on that table. That would make more sense, don't you think? And then what I'd like you to do is just really describe everything that you're using. Okay, with the barn wood, where'd you get it? The screws and the frames, what are they made from? The cups on the table, the notebooks, the plant holders. This especially, what's it made from? Talk about the ink. And just expound a little bit on what you're saying. Same thing with this. This piece looks good. I'm wondering what the back looks like. And then you have your giveaway. So that's good. Now, one thing, I'm just going to show you some examples, and I think it's a good idea to look at examples because you kind of get to see what you're up against. But let me show you some examples that were successful from a previous class. And you still have time to adjust yours before you turn your final in for week 6. But take a look at this one. Nice cover page. Good logo that's being used in the presentation. And the creative brief describing the entire project. Project purpose, project effect, project target, project information, and client information. Then we continue on the creative brief, and where she talks about the sustainability and why that's one of the most important parts of the project, then gives the requirements for the project, moves right into sketches, ideas, trade show booth sketches, more sketches for informational collateral, sketches for the giveaway idea, and then the final sketch for the giveaway idea. We move into the final presentation of the trade show booth, all labeled. See how everything's labeled so you can point to everything and telling us what it is? Then you get to the trade show. This is what I want you to see, this materials list right here. Trade show booth materials. Look at how detailed this is. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think it would be a client that's paying presumably several thousands of dollars for this project is going to say, okay, would rather see a materials list like this or a materials list that says the back is made out of recycled paper with non-toxic paint? Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make a comparison here. I'm trying to show you a really good way to present your work. Informational collateral piece, and then materials. There it is again. Big, long materials page on the informational collateral. Finally, we have the giveaway and a whole page on the materials for the giveaway. Photographs of the giveaway, final photographs of the giveaway, and then, of course, the ever important Works Cited Citations page. Very, very, very important stuff. If you hand your client a report on sustainability and it doesn't have citations and research, it's not going to be credible, Elizabeth. If you hand a report to your client giving this kind of sustainability materials and report on sustainability report, pointing directly to resources and research, now your client's going to go, okay, now I can start taking a closer look at here and see exactly how sustainable we really are and what kind of sustainability my money's paying for. Hope that makes sense. If not, let me know. I'll see if I can clarify that any. But I just think that you should maybe consider a couple of those comments just to finalize this piece and really give it a really good a leg up for preparation for inclusion in your final student portfolio when that time comes.